Leeds United fans, I'm in San Sebastian. How are you all doing on this fine day? You've been with me through the dark times in the UK where it is dead horrible weather. But this, let me just take you around here. Look at this. Look at that, everyone. Absolutely beautiful, as the Welsh would say. But I'm back here and I was really compelled and motivated to make a video today on a specific transfer of which we've spoken about on the channel for many videos now, and it's Christchurch Summerville. It's a 40 million transfer to Brighton and Hove Albion, and a potential bidding war, of which we've also spoken about, of which is probably quite realistic if they're to step up the chase for the Dutch winger in terms of Liverpool, Chelsea, Newcastle and Brighton now, obviously. But it's great to see them made inquiries with Leeds. And why is it fantastic? I mean, it's nearly as fantastic as this, I have to say. But why is it fantastic in general that Brighton have come in for it? Well, obviously it's the capital for Leeds United. That in the Championship, we've spoken about James Ward-Prowse before, Southampton, when they got a really good fee for him. And this is, to be fair to Victor Orta, it's good recruitment. Bringing in someone like Summerville, the development has been excellent, of course. And it's a lot more down to him, you know, than Victor Orta, in my opinion. But he was identified at a very young age. He's come in, he's got the right attitude, he's fantastic, and he's developed as a player and as a pro. And that's got to be something you look at and really take some encouragement from in terms of Leeds' overall system, really. But yeah, his development has obviously meant that he's had this very staggeringly good season at Championship level. He is the man. He is the man for Leeds United, and yeah, I'd love to keep him. I would absolutely love to keep him, and I am torn a little bit. You know, some part of me says, well, are you going to be able to replace him? You're not. You're just not, because he's one of the best players the Championship's ever seen, in my opinion. But are you going to also be able to maybe dot around more development, again using that word, in the ranks at Leeds United with a £40 million transfer? Of course you are. Now, why is it 40 million quid? We spoke about this the other day. Red Bull, apparently, according to several reports, has been hugely important in Leeds getting this sort of transfer hiked up. If that is to say, you know, it's going to be 35-40 million quid. They've done a hell of a lot, because Leeds don't have to bargain with this very expensive Dutch chip that we have. So yeah, that's excellent news, and just shows that, you know, listen, we don't know what's going to go on with Red Bull in the future, but for now, just the pedigree, the prestige of having them on board is a big thing. It's a big thing. So I'm just trying to get the view in. Should just start doing it here, shouldn't we? Should we just camp out here, just get a little studio, a little background on Leeds and Sebastian. But yeah, anyway, so I just think it's really important that we've got this one done. And I think it will be done pretty soon, but I wanted to come on here and speak about 3 potential, maybe 4 transfers that Leeds have got to use this. They've got to use this. We cannot just let Chris Summerville go for the money, in my opinion, with nothing in return. Brighton's academy and Brighton's setup is so good, so unbelievable, that you just literally know the majority of players that come from their system and are at the club are just going to be top players. I mean, we spoke about keepers not long ago. Jason Steele, Verbruggen, Carl Rushworth. These are all players of which you'd absolutely die for at Leeds United in a goalkeeping capacity, as just an example. Now, the first one that I want to talk about in terms of Leeds actually getting someone, you know, in exchange for, it is going to be Carl Rushworth. Obviously, Swansea this season, young lad, 22 years of age. He's in the England setup. Will probably be within the England team in the next couple of years. Will we be able to get him off Brighton? Probably not in terms of a permanent transfer, but get him on loan. Just get him on loan. Do something of which we're actually getting some value back in terms of a player. That will be a lovely exchange with the 40 million quid as well. Maybe 38 million, 37 million, and the rest will cover the loan fee. Who knows? That's on the negotiation table, but that's what I'd be doing. Looking at signing, I think Carl Rushworth would be a top signing at this level again, and we've seen that so far, and he needs that next level. He needs that next step in his career, and I think Leeds is the perfect pathway. Who next? Jakob Moder. I mean, he still is on the books at Brighton, but not really featured as much. Obviously, he had a bad injury which kept him out for a large period of time. domineering midfielder, physical, athletic, 6'2", 6'3", big boy in that central midfield would give us a lot of capacity when it came to goals. You know, in my opinion, he's a 6, but he can definitely go into a number 8. That could 100% happen. And I just think that'd be a lovely signing. Very, very athletic, and someone who, as I said, could get a goal, definitely championship level. Jakob Moder's another one for me who I'd be looking at. I think, you know, when you're looking at the picture overall as well, you've got to look at Abdullah Simmer. 12 months left on his deal. A goal threat. Once again, dynamic in his movement. Someone who could definitely replicate and give us some advantage when it comes to that goal department, 100%. And someone, as I say, 12 months left on his deal. Would that give Leeds a little bit more of an advantage there? I think it definitely would, obviously, with regards to the amount he's got left on his deal. Could we get him for a cheaper fee? And could we knock the Summerville deal down a little bit? Potentially. Yeah, I think that would be a nice one. Burko as well, obviously. Aside from Barco, I should say, Valentin Barco. Aside from Boca Juniors, in 2024 can play anywhere on the midfield. Can play anywhere on the midfield, and majority left midfield. I bet he can play in and around that. You know, he's the technical ability. And once again, we have to preface this with it's Brighton. It is Brighton, and they've just got such an unbelievable way of identifying talent, a superb network of identifying talent, and you know that at least if it's on loan, they're going to be going back, so it helps you out a little bit, to be honest, because look, you're not setting yourself down for a permanent fee. It's beneficial in that sense. Even though we spoke about Simmer, even though we spoke about Jakob Moder, I think they'd be permanent signings in my opinion. I think Jakob Moder needs to move on. Abdullah Simmer, 12 months left on his deal, would be very, very good at this level. But someone like Valentin Barco, obviously signed for Boca Juniors, 12 months left on his deal, only signed in January 2024, but is he going to be getting in to the Brighton first team with the talent that they've got at this moment in time? I don't think so. So he's maybe someone you could get as a loan going forward, you know. And an outlandish shout, maybe James Milner. A bit of Milner in a Summerville deal, that would be very, very nice, wouldn't it? But yeah, that's a very wild card shout, and someone who I don't think would be coming to Leeds United at all. But here we are, everyone in San Sebastian, looking out onto the ocean. Really, really picturesque. And thank you to everyone in the comment section who let me know about this place. I'm doing this based literally on what you guys have said. If any of you are in Seville in a week or so's time, let me know if there are any Seville whites. I will be heading there, which will be nice. But yeah, so they're sort of like 3 or 4 alternatives I'd be looking at. But I think the overall picture here is looking at these signings and thinking to yourself, right, well, if Summerville's going, and I mentioned this with Chelsea, you look at Alfie Gilchrist and maybe another, you know, if he's to go to Liverpool, you look at their youth development, of which they've brought through Bradley. You know, Harvey Elliott's a young lad there, isn't he? Brought him through a little bit development side. I know he came from Fulham, but they've developed him into a player. And I just think like you've got to look at getting an exchange here, because I think these players who are at this level, and another one, there's another alternative here. If you wanted to throw the absolute book at someone, a Brighton alternative, Jeremy Sarmiento, that's 5 players. 5 players, the Ecuadorian, who had an unbelievable, obviously started on the bench, didn't he, in West Bromwich Albion, was called back, then went to Ipswich and did what he did. Imagine full season on loan at Leeds United. What a signing that would be. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Fascinated to hear what you're saying on this one, and I'll see you in a bit. Bash.